for the top and for the bottom, we need a yard each. So that's a yard. And see, I stretch that. Remember, bias tape stretch, do not stretch it.
So for those of us who are not so mathematically inclined, remember a yard is 3 feet, otherwise known as 36 inches if you don't have things with yard and feet markings on them.
I'm gonna cut 2 lengths. Done.
And you can either do this before or after you do the sewing. We did it after today.
Okay, I'm gonna sew on the bottom edge first. The easiest thing for me to do is fold this in half, mark it with a pin, the center mark.
She's a lot more precise than when I did it. I just folded my bias tape in half and kind of did a finger crease and eyeballed it.
Okay, and mark that. So now we have 2 centers. So I pretty much know where that is. I'm gonna open it up. I'm gonna put this where that center mark approximately. No one's going to measure, don't worry. We have more important things to worry about, like catching COVID. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of pin that in place just to show my mark. So that way I know that I have approximately the same amount of fabric, of bias tape on each side. Okay, so I'm gonna start it right here. We're still gonna do our zigzag.
Do you secure this one?
I am gonna secure this one.
How do you secure it?
I'm gonna lower my stitch length. That's my width, sorry, oops. My stitch length down to,
I dropped my feed dogs for like 4 stitches and then put them back up. So it's just kind of whatever works best with your machine.
so I'm just gonna, those are just gonna go on each other.
Yeah, so all those stitches.
So
are
all
on
the
the same.
stitches are almost in the same place. So I'm gonna go back up to whatever I remember the preset was. I don't remember, oh well. And go on from there. So once again, I'm gonna sew. Take out that pin. Once again, make sure it's pretty close to the fold and just keep going. And on this one, I'm gonna go all the way off. And because we have a pretty good idea these might be washed because they're gonna be used for staff and for patients and will be probably used for more than one time. We're just gonna secure this going all the way down.
I had a remarkably hard time keeping mine straight. I don't know about yours. I kept trying to run off.
Well, actually, Annie, I'm doing pretty good here.
Oh, way to go.
Okay, I'm not gonna worry about making sure the ends are turned under or anything. But I am gonna secure it by lowering my length again to just right above 1. And that will just lock it in place. And I'll clip. Turn that up. The front, the back. Doable.
Good enough.
Good enough for me. And then I'm gonna turn this over and finish this where I didn't start. And just do the same thing. I will secure it so it doesn't fall off. Well, good. My machine was already at that. By the way, Annie and I are not professional videographers. Can you tell? Right to the end. I'm going to lower my stitch length again and secure it. And cuts. Okay, the next part is we have to put in the wire for the nose. What do we call this?
Conforms to the face.
So it conforms to the face. All right, got
And
that?
I hope that goes viral.
Okay, this is, I think, was given to me. I think it's a paper clip that's been wrapped with duct tape. I don't like this big fat piece on it because I don't want my machine to get gummed up, so I'm going to trim it sorry, Vianne Schaefer-Meyer, she made these. I'm going to trim this fairly close to the wire. Okay, and then we'll do Annie's way of eyeballing it so it's pretty centered. Actually, I think this is the hardest part of the whole thing.
Yes, I agree.
And if
There's
you
not a good way to
there's
pin it.
there's not a good way to pin it. I'll use one of my long.
Like if you have the clips.
Oh, I have these clips. Perfect. Where am I? Oh, small clips are better. I'm going to clip that right there if you're lucky enough to have.
People also use like the binder clips,
binder
black
clips.
binder clips. If you don't have these.
If this is just too hard, I have used, this is floral tape.
Floral wire.
Floral wire, or I've even used a twist tie right here. You don't get as good a seal, but if you're using a very narrow binding tape, it's a lot easier to use. Now once again, I'm going to find the middle. Sorry, Annie. Find the middle.
That's okay. People are just seeing the part of the house we didn't clean.
Oh, looks like John's home. And I'm going to, oh, see, that completely got away from me.
Hello.
Hi.
Say
Yes,
hi to
he's home. Say
Dad.
hi to John, dear.
Not yet. This is unfiltered, people. Unfiltered, unedited.
Okay, so I'm going to push that. Can you see where it is? Probably can't, but it's right against the fold. Yeah, I don't want my needle to touch that metal because it'll break it. I already broke one today. Not gonna lie. Okay, my machine's already at the lockdown. And lengthen it. And I'm going to try and keep it as close to the edge as I can. Like I said, I don't want to hit that metal. Get that as close to the fold as I can, like I said.
And sometimes if it's being especially difficult, I'll get like an inch away in place, take a few stitches, do a little more. Sometimes it just doesn't like to cooperate.
Okay, Jenny Doan, I am not.
I don't know, I think we need to install a camera in your machine.
Okay, gonna lower it to secure that. And cuts. Okay, now's the, I
Yay.
secured everything. I am so happy. So now I'm going to just finish securing this bias tape. It's already at this small stitch. Thank you, Annie.
Just making sure that we're not going to sew
We're not gonna sew
our
it.
ties to each other.
Yeah, have not done that yet, but just wait. And we are almost done. Oh, that went right off. Oh well, fire me. Oops,
Oh well, it'll still work.
it'll still work. Alrighty, and here we have a face mask.